team news first of all after the Tuesday night game, Harry. Any knocks that you've seen now, and who's doubtful? Anything else?
No, I think most of the lads who were involved are okay, Fraser. You know, so just have a little look. We're going to have a light morning this morning. You know, obviously 3 games in a week this week, so those who didn't play will do a bit of work hard, and those that played in 2 of the games will have quite an easier morning this morning. But so far, I think everybody's okay.
Now it's back-to-back home games against the teams you came up with. Given that Burnley finished 13 points ahead of you and Leicester finished 22 points, what do you think you are compared to them? You beat Leicester there, and now you're facing Burnley.
There's not much in it, Fraser. If you look at the team, you know, Burnley are very much the same team that came up last year. You know, Sean did an amazing job with them. And we're the same. I mean, the other night we had at the eight of the starting 11 were playing in the Championship for us last year, so we were pretty much very much the same type of team. But
given how far you finished behind them in points last season, do you think you're the one that's gained? You've improved.
Well, we seem to at the moment. You know, Leicester again were definitely the best team in the league last year. They won the league comfortably. And they're down there with us at the moment. They've got very much the same team as they had last year as well. So none of us have changed that much. You know, the majority of the players are still the same ones that came up. So, but no, I think we're going okay. I mean, you know, our away form hasn't been good enough. Obviously, we need to pick up some points away, but at home we've been excellent. And it's going to be tight. There's, as I keep saying, there's 7 or 8 teams I think in a scrap down there. They're going to be around most of the season. The same 1 or 2 may pull out earlier, but I think it'll be a tight bottom third of the league this year.
Danny Ings, you better than Charlie Austin?
No, he's a good player. They're both good players. You know, I watched Danny Ings. I think I saw him make his debut actually. I certainly saw an awful lot of him when he was at Bournemouth. And so I followed his career, and he's a good player, good, you know, goal scorer, good movement, real good player. But Charlie's an excellent player, so they're both good players.
How do you see now after the midweek games with the teams in the bottom, when you see teams just picking up a point that are your rivals down there like Hull and Burnley, although you're getting nothing, are you quite cool with that? Well,
the weeks, you know, at the start of the week we had Leicester at home. Obviously that was a massive game for us. Now we've got Burnley. Going to Swansea was always going to be difficult. You know, they're a good side. You know, they're built over the last few years, and they're going great at the moment. So it's close, it's tight. You know, a point. No one. You know, the results on Tuesday were fine. You know. Teams lost, teams 1 or 2 got a point, but no, it's going to be a tight division.
Given in the last couple of seasons, boards of the promoted teams have sacked managers in their first season in the Premier League. Malky Mackay only came up, but there are other reasons as well. Nigel Atkins the season before at Reading was just into the season in the Premier League. Ian Holloway left Crystal Palace. The likes of Sean Dyche and Nigel Pearson that's in there, you've been here before of course. What would you say to those chairmen and boards? Do you think these guys, although they're down in the bottom 4, need a full season?
Well, I don't know what people expect. You know, what do they expect really? So it's difficult when you come up, unless you're a massive club with great resources. You're stepping into a different division completely, we know that, but a different standard of football, and it's very difficult. So, you know, I don't know where people expect them to be. You know, the lads, I can only speak about the other 2 lads, they've done amazing jobs at Leicester and Burnley, that's for sure. And they're not cut adrift. We're not cut adrift. We're all still right in amongst it. So.
But because you've got experience and you've been there before, you're more sort of bulletproof than what's happened before, and these guys.
I don't know if anyone's bulletproof, but what can you do? You can only do your best, Fraser. That's all you can do in life is do your best. If it's not good enough, that's how it goes, isn't it? What more can you do? You can give it your best, and there's certainly we're all trying for our lives, the same as the other 6 teams that are around us, all trying. No one wants to be stuck near the bottom, but the teams at the top have got the best squads and the best players in most cases. So it's very difficult. You look at Sunderland, how well they've been going. You know, done excellent. Gus has done a great job there. They play Man City at home last night. You know, get beat 4. Southampton have been fantastic. They play Man City, get beat 3-0. It's a gulf in class. Let's be honest. You know, when you can go and buy Sergio Aguero for whatever what's his value, 60, 70 million pound. We're talking about a different level. Very difficult.
Last couple from me. Nigel Pearson had a heated exchange of words with a fan. They're not happy that their poor run at the moment. How difficult is it for you guys if the fans giving you abuse to not respond, and how tempting is it to do so? How do you restrain yourself?
I've been here a long time, haven't I? And it's hard to it's hard if it's your nature. Nigel's very laid back, you know, very calm guy, and I would think he probably, I don't know whether he responded or not, but it's hard not to at times. It's hard not to, but he certainly doesn't deserve any abuse, especially if it was from his own fans. He's done a great job at Leicester, so I find that very difficult to understand.
Has it got to a certain level of severity in abuse before you call for help and mention it to us?
I've never had it with my home fans, to be honest with you. I've been very lucky, but you get it away from home, don't you? But you know, you can't let it worry you too much, can you? Otherwise you'd be arguing with everybody, wouldn't you? Just get on with it.
Final one, a couple of years ago here at QPR, you were pretty pleased when the players had cancelled the Christmas party because results weren't going so well, and you didn't fancy it either when you were at Tottenham, although Robbie Keane did a cheeky one out to Dublin, you may remember. What's your policy this season? Are players having a Christmas party?
No, I'm not into Christmas parties. No, I'm not for footballers really. No, it's only my, you know, I think it's more aggravation than it's worth, Fraser. You know, there's always, you know, it's a changing world out there now. You know, there's always someone got a camera, everybody's got cameras on their phones. You know, we're in a relegation battle, and we've got to make sure we concentrate fully. I think we've got a Christmas do on Monday night with all the staff at the club. You know, all the people who work at QPR behind the scenes who run the club. It's just a meal, and I think, you know, we're all going to go to that. But as far as going out, having a jolly up, is not saying that I really want. No.
The players would want to, though. So how did they take it?
Maybe they've got all summer. I've not spoke to them about it. It's not, you know. I think they're all.
They didn't ask.
No, they've not mentioned anything about a Christmas party to me this year, no. And I think they understand that they understand the pitfalls of going out, and you know, you've only got to be just closing your eyes and someone's got a picture of you and make it look like you're drunk. It's not worth the hassle.
Harry, you spoke about the match at Swansea on Tuesday. Can you put your finger on why it's just not working for you on your travels this season?
Well, it's been difficult. You know, we've played good teams, and you know, we've found it hard to. There's not too many teams down the bottom. We've got too many results away from home. It's very. And we say the good real clubs that have been up there in the top 6, 7, 8. All, you know, we've not. It's not been the easiest of fixtures away from home, and we have struggled.
How do you go about rectifying a run like that when you keep losing away?
Well, maybe you have to try to find a system that will, you know, get your results somewhere. But we've tried everything. You know, we've played with 2 strikers. We've played with every system in the book. I think we've tried. You know, but at the moment we've got closer. The last few weeks, it's been late goals. A late goal at Newcastle, get beat 1-0. You know, 13, 14 minutes to go the other night at Swansea was still 0-0. You know, at Chelsea we're 1-1. We were late in a poor penalty decision, I felt, late in the game. You just got to keep going. It will turn. We'll pick up a result away from home, I think, when probably least expected. And but we've got to, first and foremost, we've got to concentrate on our home perform again this weekend and try to get a result against Burnley.
Tell me about Sean Dyche. What do you think his qualities are?
I think he's done an amazing job there. You know, he's got great enthusiasm. He's, you know, he obviously knows the game. He's got excellent knowledge, that's for sure. Otherwise, he wouldn't be doing the job he's doing. And he's a very positive guy. Every time you see him, he's always positive, always believing they're going to get a result. And no, I've been impressed with him. I think he's done smashing.
They're on a great run right now, aren't they?
Yeah. They've got goals in the team, you know, with the little boy Ings. He can score. It's a bit like Charlie, as we say. You know, they pair them with both good goal scorers. So, but we're at home and we're good. We're very good at home. We've been playing excellent at home. Great result. You look at the draw with Man City. 2-2. You look at Man City's recent results, you know, Southampton away, you know, and Sunderland away, where they've gone and scored 7 goals. You know, our home form, to draw 2-2 with them at home and be leading very late in the game and deserving to win, I felt was an excellent performance. So we've been good at home.
And when you look at the fixtures, do you see December as being a defining month for you? You look at the teams you're playing around you down the bottom.
Well, it's a big month for sure. You know, in terms of the fixtures, we've got teams, as you say, that are down there with us. So it's important we pick up some good points from these games. Okay.
Harry, what does what Charlie Austin and Danny this year to name two say about the depth of talent from this country outside the Premier League when you don't always think like that?
Well, I mean, it's they've got the opportunity to play at the. They both scored goals last year in the Championship, and I think, you know, people. Danny Ings is in the England and under-21 team. I think people, you know, I certainly expected him to score goals this year, and Charlie's been the same. He's carried it on, you know. And in all honesty, you know, if they were playing with teams at the top of the league that were making dozens of chances every game, they'd have a lot more goals as well. So, you know, it's harder to score when you're playing with a team that's lower down and not getting so many chances. And you've got to take those that come along, and that's what the pair of them are doing at the moment.
Just generally, when you look outside the Premier League, do you see quite a lot of talent around? You were in the Championship last year.
Well, yeah, there's plenty of good players here. I'm not saying there's, you know, it's not. A few years ago, you could go down below, you could go non-league and pick up players galore. There were players coming out of non-league going on to play for England. You know, I could name you a dozen fantastic players who would come out of non-league, but I don't think that conveyor belt's there at the moment. Don't seem to be, for whatever reason. But there is talent down there in the Championship for sure, and divisions below. Given the opportunity, I'm sure they can do it.
Just finally from me, the time that you've been in football has changed so much, but I guess the era when a side like a Burnley or a QPR could finish in the top 4 is probably gone. 20 years ago you had Norwich for Christmas. Do you think that's a shame that it's a lot more predictable now?
Well, it's certainly gone that way at the moment, isn't it? The teams, you know, at the start of the year, you can pick the 4 Champions League teams almost certainly, you know, with the 7 teams that were possibles this year. And I still think it will be 4 will come from that 7, you know, that we all expected to be there. And, you know, the top 2 will be, I'm pretty certain, will be Chelsea and Man City, you know.